welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Money Monday, and we're here to open your mind. We are here on Money Monday. Money Monday is brought to you by L&R Security. L&R Security does its best to keep you and your family safe, and to do that job, they are looking for you. So if you are interested in an armed or unarmed job as a security guard, make sure you reach out to L&R Security. You can find them online at lrsecurity.com. That is lrsecurity.com. To become one of the proud workers of L&R Security, the minimum requirements are 18 years of age, complete a work application, submit to a criminal background check, and have 2 forms of identification. Make sure you reach out to L&R Security today. That's lrsecurity.com. lrsecurity.com. And the Good Life Radio Show is also brought to you by you. So make sure, if you would like to join the family, make sure you contact Carter Business Development at 504-400-7127. That's 504-400-7127. If you would like to become a part of the Good Life family and you'd like your information displayed here, make sure you contact Carter Business Development at 504-400-7127, because that is the Good Life. Y'all, I have a great show for y'all today. I'm really excited. We have a brand new partner in voting this morning. I have Kenneth Barnes of KB Enterprises with me this morning. He is my partner in voting. Kenneth, how you like your new title this morning? Oh, are you? Well, I'm really excited about this topic too, because we are talking about the poverty mentality. We have it in so many different areas of our lives, and today's Money Monday, so we're gonna break it down into 3 areas today. We're gonna break it down into our poverty mentality in voting. We're gonna break it down in our poverty mentality in our pockets, with our money, with our finances, and we're also gonna break it down into our community. We have this mentality that is really, eating us from the inside out. And it's sad because we don't even realize that it's going on. So, with regards to voting, let me just give you a little information. I got this off of CNN from the Cafferty file. As the Republican race for the White House is heating up, we all know everything that's going on. Have you ever realized what it says, that most of the 10 poorest states in the United States of America are Republican? Did you know that, Kenneth? 10 of the poorest states are Republican. Mississippi, Arkansas, Tennessee, West Virginia, Louisiana, imagine that, Montana, South Carolina, Kentucky, Alabama, and North Carolina. And the list doesn't even include Texas. Think about that, where 1 in 5 people live in poverty. 1 in 5 people in Texas. In a piece on CNN.com done by Roland Martin, he writes that Republicans expect to win, all of these states coming up in the fall. Think about that. And why do they expect to win? Because they believe, or they know, that we have the poverty mentality and we're not going to go vote. That is what it is. Roland Martin continues to point out that despite all of the red leanings in these states, you don't hear their party talking about poverty. Think about that. The fact the word has barely come up in the GOP debates. Have you heard them talking about poverty, Kenneth? I hear them talking about building a wall. I hear them talking about, keeping every race and nationality out of the country, but I don't hear them talk about the working poor. I don't hear them talking about, raising the minimum wage. We're having that, Senator Karen Carter Peterson is having that fight for us right now in Baton Rouge in Louisiana. But what are we doing to make sure that she has some ammunition to continue that fight for us? Are we calling our legislators? Are we sending her emails so when she goes to stand in front of the Senate, she's like, all of these concerned citizens, have contacted me about, their stories and how the minimum wage will affect them. Have we reached out and done that to our legislators? Kenneth, have
politics because of a diverse pool of clientele and also a diverse pool of friendships. So I get a chance to see it from all sides. And the good thing about my clientele and my friendships, we're very candid with each other. So it ain't no holding back, it ain't politically correctness. It's the real deal. And so when it comes down to the differences in the way people feel about different cultures, races, especially economic situations, it's very real. But it's also very disheartening because nothing is worse to hear something that is very offensive, but you know it's true.
right.
The reason why they don't have to address it is because it's a non-factor in a poverty situation. Because they know the chances of them going, people calling out and yelling at them is very slim. That's embarrassing. There's no reason that should be interfering. It's just investing a little bit of your time. Yeah, nobody's that busy.
Exactly. And the crazy part is, a lot of this conversation came up because if y'all missed the New Orleans Regional Black Chambers 2016 annual meeting, because it was sold out. So, give them their props. It was sold out. If y'all missed it, y'all missed an event. A lot of this conversation is coming up due to the information that we heard there. We had Senator Karen Carter Peterson and we had State Representative Walt Leger, and, responding to questions about our economic conditions. And, a lot of it was our mindset because we aren't helping them do their job. Yes, we voted them into office, but it doesn't just stop there. We have to constantly be, forging ahead with our agenda to make sure it gets done on every side of the Capitol, on the rep side and the Senate side. We have to make sure that we're constantly sending them emails. We're up to date on what, is going on in our business community, what's going on with regards to policy. And we have to make sure we're involved. It doesn't just stop by going, press that button. But if we don't press that button, we can't even say anything. Like there's nothing we can say. Because, let me just give you a little bit of information from this Cafferty file as well. Republicans believe their economic agenda is the best way to get people back to work. Correct? I mean, I think we've all seen and heard that, over the years, we just, they believe, but we've lived in Louisiana for the past 8 years. Has the policy worked? Kenneth, have you seen it work?
It doesn't work. And, the reality is, what, let me clear that up, because it does work. It works for the few people that jack all the money and take the contract and jack your retirement. So it does work. But for a small percentage.
For whom, right? Exactly. And especially the minorities are especially hit hard, which is, a lot of our listening audience, with 27% of blacks living in poverty and 26% of Hispanics compared to about 10% of our Caucasian, counterparts. So who needs their voice to be heard? Everybody needs their voice to be heard. But if your community isn't getting the services that you would like them to get, this is one of the ways that you can make sure your voice is heard. So if we stay with a poverty mentality of, oh, that's for them to do, that's for me. And, they want us to stay disenchanted because it works for them. You can say you're disenchanted all you want. I'm not going to vote because I'm disenchanted. They want you to be disenchanted. You are feeding into the poverty mentality. Yes, be disenchanted. Don't vote. My vote's not going to matter anyway. Go right ahead and not vote because that's another vote for me. Thank you very much. My vote is now more powerful because you didn't vote. Thank you. Check. Checkmate. And so when are we going to open our minds to living differently in the world and realize that we need our votes to count and we don't need to just be going by ourselves. We need to be taking everybody else with us.
cut them out of your life. They got the same last name you do.
Exactly. Exactly. Right, exactly. Exactly. But here's my thing. Equal pay got out of the Senate. What are y'all doing to make sure it gets out of the other section of the legislature? Have y'all picked up a phone? Have y'all sent an email? Have y'all talked to somebody? What are you doing to make sure that, there's equal pay for everyone? Because we talked about this before. It's not just a female issue, it's a family issue. And we need to get out of this poverty mindset, and we need to start making sure we vote for our interests. And just like I said, voting doesn't just stop when you press the button. It requires picking up the phone. It requires sending letters. It requires sending emails. It requires communication. What's the breakdown of the majority of relationships in the world? Communication. And this communication is with our elected officials as well. We have to let them know what we want them to do for us. Because wait, it's funny, if you watch the election right now, what is everybody focused on? Delegates. Our elected officials are our delegates. And we need to make sure that they are, casting their votes in the way that we want them to. So make sure your delegates are doing what you need them to do by letting them know which way you want them to sway. They don't know if you don't tell them. And if there's only one side of the city that's, letting their voice be heard, then that's the side of the city that's the side of the city that's going to be heard. Their streets are going to be fixed. All of their lights are going to be on. Their playgrounds are going to be cut. Everything's going to be wonderful. But we can't complain if we don't do anything. So what are you going to do to open your mind to living differently in the world? Kenneth, I like, we talked about this power mentality the end of last week, this weekend. I'm like, open your mind, y'all, open your mind. And it was really saddening for me to hear, from State Rep Walt Leger and Senator Karen Carter Peterson that we aren't doing our part in reaching out to them. And not just them, all of the, everyone up there. Especially the people who aren't voting your interest. They put it online all the time, and I'm going to make sure I do it as well. I put online, I'm going to go back and find it and post it again. I put online all of the senators that did not vote for equal pay. So I don't need you to just go, send emails to Karen Carter Peterson. I need to make sure you do that so when she goes up there and speaking for you, you can make sure that, she has some ammunition. But I need you to call all of those state senators that voted against your interest and be like, this is not working for us. And I need you to bombard their offices with all of the reasons that we need equal pay. So not just your legislator, I need you to talk to the ones that aren't voting your interest. We all live in the state of Louisiana. We want to move this state forward. We want to stop being at the bottom of the list. I'm over being at the bottom list. I'm tired of being one of the poorer states.
I can't believe that thing was a topic that's really happening. And it's been that way. Most people that's unaware, especially a lot of people that didn't even know really that it's equal. But I've been working for 20 years, and I saw it firsthand. So I know exactly what they were talking about when this issue first came up years ago.
Right.
I saw it. Because it didn't matter if it was a black female or white female age. It didn't matter. It was a male versus female. And I remember Oprah dealing with the same issue when she was on the same show years ago with a male counterpart. And her boss told her, well, you had you're the head of the household.
What does that have to do? Exactly. 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 We're going to take a quick break, but I'm glad you brought that up, Kenneth, because how does your poverty mentality affect you at home? How does it affect your finances? How does it affect your bottom line? We're going to get into that and so much more when we get back because y'all, the good life, open your mind to living differently in the world. We're going to break these shackles in our mind and we are going to live the good life. We're going to create generational wealth. We'll be right back.
Specials on pizza, wings, and drinks Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Gentili Italian Pie does fresh for the entire family. Salads, pizza, pasta, wings, and oven-baked sandwiches. Gentili Italian Pie offers lunch and dinner in a new, modern atmosphere surrounded by big screen TVs. Dine in or carry out by 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. Relax, have a drink from the fully stocked bar or beer on tap while your order is made from the freshest ingredients. Gentili Italian Pie, 4706 Paris Avenue, is home where everybody knows your name. So bring the family to Paris and Miracle for the $5 family happy hour, Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's Gentili Italian Pie. Dine in or carry out 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. You gotta try the pie. That's the original Italian pie, located at Paris and Miracle in Gentilly.
Camera installation, remote monitoring, behavioral analytics, access control, VIP service, and event security. CGI can safeguard any corporate or government environment. CGI offers the most advanced technology designed to simplify security. CGI is currently seeking armed security officers with at least 2 years experience. Well-trained armed security officers who are interested in...
Oh no.
Persons must be at least 21 years of age, well-groomed, have a high school diploma, must pass a criminal background check, drug screening, and must be dependable. If you or someone you know is interested in immediate hire, please apply online at www.cgiprotects.com. CGI, security that never ends.
Are you looking for a better way to get fit? Or with the same routines? Ways that allows individuals of all ages and fitness levels to feel like a champion. Join Tiger Rock today. TigerRockNOLA.com or 504-455-9694. That's 504-455-9694. With a 3-class starter pack starting for only $38, which includes your training uniform. Learn, grow, and succeed with Tiger Rock's 3 convenient locations: Old Metairie, West Bank, and Cleveland. There's no better time to start gaining strength, skills, and protection for life than now. 504-455-9694. 504-455-9694. See you on the mat.
Did you know that April is National Minority Health Month? This year's theme is Accelerating Health Equity for the Nation. This month, the New Orleans East Hospital is helping to raise awareness of the health disparities that affect minorities in the New Orleans East community. In 1915, Dr. Booker T. Washington proposed the observance of National Negro Health Week, calling on local health departments, schools, churches, and businesses to pull together and unite in one great national health movement. That observance grew to what we are celebrating today. New Orleans East Hospital is committed to bringing healthcare equality to minorities and is currently engaged in new healthcare initiatives involving both public and private sector partnerships within the New Orleans area. Visit the New Orleans East Hospital website at www.noehospital.org to access the many resources available, including Dr. Corey Hebert's own Black Health TV that features fully informed health associated videos and articles which bring key facts to live a healthy and enjoyable life. New Orleans East Hospital, quality health care close to home.
Are you satisfied with your current financial position? My name is Kenneth Barnes, President and CEO of KB Enterprises, where we specialize in putting together step-by-step financial action steps for your plan for today and for tomorrow. Whether you're 15 to 85 and need assistance with your final expenses, we have coverage options for every situation. Let's put life back into your finances. Call us today at 504-914-1202. That's 504-914-1202.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Money Monday, and we're here to open your mind. The Good Life radio show is brought to you by Morris Reed Jr. If you have been hit in a car accident or charged with a crime, find morrisreedjr.net online. The Morris Reed Jr. Law Firm is a full-service law firm that fights vigorously to get you the money you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or you have been charged with a crime, make sure you find morrisreedjr.net online. Let their experienced, highly qualified attorneys provide you with expert legal help today. That's morrisreedjr.net online. And if you would like to be a sponsor of the Good Life Radio Show, make sure you call Carter Business Development at 504-400-7127. That's 504-400-7127, because that is the good life. We are back on the line with Kenneth Barnes of KB Enterprises, and we are discussing the poverty mentality. We were at a luncheon last week, and it was really kind of mind-boggling that there was not as much interaction between the community and our elected officials. And we were like, why is that? And we just felt like a lot of times we're stuck in a poverty mentality, and we don't even necessarily realize we're in it. It's not something that, who wants to be in a poverty mentality? Kenneth, you want to be in a poverty mentality? Exactly. There's nobody who wants that. But sometimes we don't even realize what we're doing, and that's the crazy part. And that's what, I really found to be, most surprising, that we didn't even realize that we're doing it to ourselves. Kenneth, I know you work with, a lot of people who are dealing with their, finances and, trying to change their lives. How do you find this poverty mentality, really affects people?
It's everything that's really your bondage. A lot of times once you kind of recognize it, you're living it, and it's what you've always been doing, and it's what you've always done.
Mm.
So, kind of aware of it. So, first off, myself, there's a lot of things that I have to check and put in place based on my getting, getting everything going through. And getting with that way of doing things. Now I have to learn that and also check it when I see that it can process it. So I'm going to show you a perfect example. Many times I don't spend money based on scarcity in town.
Mm.
So when I was staying on the beach, I would stay closer to the airport to get a better rate.
Mm.
I have to find a better beach. We have one that I'm going to be on the beach, and I find that hard because I want to be about it. And I try to go with someone that's my skills that we're going to have.
Right.
Is that being poverty? But I want to if I stand there and it's 364 nights, if I get them 189, but I'm here.
Mm.
So that poverty, scarcity mentality prevents me from sometimes looking at all the benefits of all of us as a parent instead of being recognized. But it's bad when you don't recognize that you're there, because then you're confidently wrong.
Because then you're stuck. Because what we don't realize is money has to flow. So in order to get money, you have to use your money, right? And even when, even with our businesses, you could have the best business in the world, but if nobody knows you exist and you don't use some marketing, put some cash behind it, you're going to go broke. It's just inevitable. It's what's going to happen. And there's so many people who have the best idea in the world and literally have the best business or have the best restaurant and don't want to make the little door hangers to go put around the neighborhood and take that walk. Get some fresh air, take a walk, put on some door hangers, let some people know that you exist. Open your mind to living differently in the world. What are you going to do differently? So I was looking up, some characteristics of the poverty mindset. So you can, if you see yourself in it, maybe you just need to open your mind a little bit today. A person of poverty mindset will typically have the following characteristics. They focus on all of their problems in life and how life just isn't fair. Have y'all ever known that person who's just life isn't fair all day long? Life isn't fair, life isn't fair, life isn't fair. Kenneth, Kenneth, right? Kenneth, have you met some of those people? Right. Right. And it's, they dwell on the negative events in their life. They focus on the negative things that they really have no control over. How many times do you have a conversation with somebody and they are arguing about something or fussing about something that has nothing to do with them and they have absolutely zero control over? And they're putting all of their time and their energy into it. I'm like, what are you doing? And here are some other ones. I'm going to go through them and then I'm going to ask, how does it really, how does this mindset affect our money? They have strong negative beliefs against groups or individuals who are typically better off than they see themselves. They turn the focus on themselves about how they have to get done X, Y, and Z for so many people, yet they never receive anything in return and that they feel that they deserve. They're always looking for a quick fix solution to their problems. They tend to have the mindset of how they have it all figured out and that they're not open to any new ideas, especially from those who could possibly help them, and including successful people that can probably help them. They feel that programs that could help them should be free and that they take on the mentality that they deserve it. Yet if it's free, it's probably not worth it. Do any of you know any of these people? And they blame everyone for their misfortunes instead of taking responsibility for themselves. And they love to attack and gossip about other successful people and freely comment on what is wrong with other people. Do y'all know those people who like to freely give comments about other people and what they're doing wrong, but can never turn that mirror back on themselves? So if we are dealing with a poverty mindset, you know what? Today's the day we're going to break the shackle. It is what it is. We've all had some struggle in our life, and, generally it starts in the mind. So we're going to break that poverty mentality because it's affecting our pockets. Y'all know we have that, especially, I don't want to say especially in New Orleans, but, we're a little slow to do something sometimes. Sometimes we may be slow to save. Sometimes if you know that you don't have to pay something for, a couple months, you're like, oh, I'm going to worry about it, then. How about, maybe doing a little, I'm going to save 20 until, so I don't even have to worry about it at that point. I just have it on hand. Getting that mindset where we're, living in the now instead of always, running and chasing Peter to pay for Paul. Kenneth? And I'm speaking for myself because I know I've had it before. Right. Right. So how do you suggest that we break out of this mindset in a financial point of view? What can people do to break out of this?
People that are wealthier than I am or more successful than I am and kind of watch what they do. Because you can pick up things that they're doing. You may be a coworker, you may be one family member, your family has a spirit welfare itself. See how they operate. It may be yourself or your husband. See how they operate. A lot of times you watch them, they do things differently, and that's why they're getting different results. Not by how you said they're not lucky. There's routine. We call it prize fighting routine. There's a prize fighting routine that takes place every day. Most people don't take the time to evaluate what they do. They're too busy gossiping and focusing on how bad life is for them.
Right. Because one of the things, I'm reading here that a lot of people who are stuck in the poverty mindset they spend most of their time thinking about money, but their lack of money. And so when you're putting all of your focus and energy into something, what happens? You create more of it. So if you're focusing on lack all day, that's exactly what you're going to create for yourself. More lack. And if you're focused on hating the rich person or hating these people, you're feeding into them, because they're only going to move forward, and you're going to be stuck right there, continuing to hate more rich people that are around you, because they're going to continue to succeed. And having fear-based decision making. Kenneth, I'm sure with you talked about this, and we're about to have a real conversation, because we've been talking about opening your mind and living differently in the world, for almost a year, right? At least with you on the air. And how many people have reached out to you to increase their credit rating? 4 people. Now, we know that there's more than 4 listeners, and you might not have the money to do it right now, but how about reaching out and being like, what are the steps necessary so I can get this taken care of? Talking to somebody who knows what they're doing, talking to somebody who's gotten themselves out of it and who gets other people out of it every single day. Even reaching out, we get settled and we deal with that fear, and we just get, bogged down by it, that we won't even make the phone call to get the information to move us forward. How many of us, don't have a relationship with a banker? Can't pick up the phone and have a conversation and just, simple as find out what the interest rates are currently. Or, what do I need to get a business loan? I don't need one right now, but, if I did need one, what would I need to have, in place, so that you have it in place? So if that day ever comes, it's not like you're struggling, or, you're caught blindsided. Well, I've already established this, that, and the other. So I already have this paperwork, and I'm already set. So I can just go to the bank and make a call, and I got that. How many of us have done that? Or are we sitting in fear?
Decide in the business world that they that most people won't do. They're supposed to do. That's how businesses are created, based on knowing your behavior, knowing your lack of discipline. That's where your lack of fairness is a lack of discipline. You could do the things that you need to do to make it happen. I'll show you how that works for an example. And it's an unfortunate, but I really business. I am an investor, especially in real estate. We need to focus our money on people that were not responsible. I'll show you a perfect example. People go through situations that they can't control when this happens. But in a lot of cases, people will lose their homes based on buying what they want and paying for what they need. And that's one thing wealthy people know, especially on the other side. They know, especially if you're an investor, because it's a sharp world in the investment world. If you're a competition in the business world, you got to know that your competition is working 24 hours a day to kick your butt.
Right. Every day. Right. Burger King has hot dogs, y'all. Burger King has hot dogs. Come on now. I'm serious. I saw that commercial. I was like, really? Okay. And McDonald's is serving breakfast all day. You know what I mean? Like, open your mind. Think about why it's happening. So if they are opening their mind to living differently in the world and getting outside of their box, what should you be doing for your business? If these major corporations are changing what they do for their business to evolve, what are you doing to evolve? Open your mind to living differently in the world, break the shackles of poverty mindset, and do something for your business today. We're going to take a quick break, and Kenneth and I will be back to talk about how this poverty mindset affects our money in our community as a whole. Y'all, let's get our mind right. We want to grow. We want to create generational wealth, because that is the good life. We will be right back.
This is Brother Willie Muhammad. Join us Mondays from 3 to 4 p.m. for Class in Session, where we will discuss issues that are important reporting to the black community and solutions on WBOK 1230 AM, where it is real talk for real times.
Carter Business Development delivers. For businesses to compete, they must have access. Let CBD be your bridge. For business development services, radio advertising, social media marketing, brand ambassador, outreach, and access. Contact Carter Business Development at 504-400-7127 or email Eileen@tglradioshow.com. Carter Business Development creates unfolding opportunities. CBD connects the dots from where you are to where you want to be. Join the good life now with Carter Business Development. 504-400-7127. 504-400-7127. As quoted, a man who stops advertising to save money is like a man who stops a clock to save time. Let CBD save you time and give you access. Call 504-400-7127. 504-400-7127. Take the steps required for access so you can live the good life too with Carter Business Development. That's 504-400-7127. Thinking about making your home or business more secure? Light it up. Security lighting can help you protect your property, vehicles, and the people you love. Entergy can help. We take care of everything from planning and installing custom lights to ongoing maintenance and repair, all for one low monthly fee. Visit Entergy.com or call 1-866-603-0192. Entergy Security Lighting for peace of mind.
This is a message from Entergy New Orleans Incorporated.
Hey, it's Chuck Perkins of the Conscious Hour at WBOK 1230 AM. Here to tell you about my friends over at Liberty Bank and Trust Company. Liberty knows that there's never been a better time to buy a home. Their mortgage professionals will show you how to take advantage of this great real estate market with extremely low interest rates and give you the knowledge you need to achieve your goal of home ownership, whether it be refinancing, buying your first home, or breaking ground on new construction. Liberty Bank is there to help along the way. Call today at 504-420-5288 or visit www.libertybank.net to find out how you can let them make your American dream come true. FDIC and equal housing lender.
Renting a car can be an easy thing at 8 Priority 1 Car Rental. 8 Priority 1 Car Rental, now servicing the New Orleans metro area, is your neighborhood car rental company. Conveniently located at 209 South Broad Street. Our goal is to save you money on your car rental. 8 Priority 1 Car Rental Company offers daily, weekly, and weekend specials. Our rental rates are as low as $30 a day. We accept credit cards, debit cards, and cash deposits. At 8 Priority 1 Car Rental, we strive to be a better car rental company with low rates, making it convenient for you to do business with us. We provide great cars and great service, so phone 8 Priority 1 Car Rental at 504-827-2900. That's 504-827-2900 to make your reservation today. Save time, save money. Phone 504-827-2900 now. Why pay more at some of the other car rental companies when you can pay less at 8 Priority 1 Car Rental? Personal car insurance required.
On April 23rd, the Sweet Orange Jazz Fest after party will feature the sultry and soulful sound of Real Love. Real Love does classic R&B and today's hits at the and is more enticing than the perfect way to end your day. The best sound in town, great food experience, and a
WBOK New Orleans, your community station.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Money Monday, and we're here to open your mind. We are back on Money Monday. I have my partner in wealth. I have Kenneth Barnes of KB Enterprises on the line with me this morning, and we are talking about the poverty mentality. We've been talking about it with regards to voting and how it affects our bottom lines. And now we're going to talk about how it affects all of us in our community and how it is affecting or hampering us creating generational wealth. Kenneth, I was reading here that obviously poverty mentality is the largest issue facing professionals today. Y'all could think this is one of those conversations that's just, oh, whatever. It is one of the largest issues facing professionals today, more so than financing, more so than branding, and more so than that competition you're worried about out there. You know, the retention and burden of a poverty mentality undermines your performance and limits your success each and every day. A poverty mentality is one that influences behaviors consistent with beliefs that money shouldn't be spent, opportunities are limited, any risk at all is dangerous, any success is temporary and non-replicable, and generally remaining in the back of the pack is the safest. And when we break these shackles off of our mind, we will grow our community. We will be able to leave something for our children. I know, Kenneth, I know you're going to know this example. Y'all know that small business owner who has one of the best products. They're doing so well, but just doesn't want to take the step to move to the next level in life because they're scared. They're living in that poverty mentality. But Kenneth, what would happen if that business owner took the next step and just grew maybe $50,000 in sales, $100,000 in sales? What would that do, number one, for that business owner? And what would that do for our community?
You continue to take risks because most successful people are comfortable being uncomfortable.
Right.
Scenario and investing into your business, branding your business is the key to making things consistent. And you want to be able to test that thing like you're in war. You are in war. Your competition is not playing that game with you.
Exactly.
Really good. They're really good.
Right. Exactly. So I just want to remind people of the signs that you have a poverty mentality, because sometimes it's hard to see because, we just, day to day, we just do our thing every day and we don't realize that we're living in a poverty mentality. So I just want to run some of these by you again to open your mind to living differently in the world. Because if this, is you, we're not trying to call anybody out today. We just want to, plant a seed that, maybe there's a different perspective that can help you grow in all aspects of your life, especially financially. So here are some signs again. Belief that you are a victim of others' decisions and choices and that you have no control. Fear, right? How many of us, right, Kenneth, we already know. Fear of spending money on non-essentials. You got to hoard everything. You can't grow. You can't, you're not going to do anything outside the box. I got to stay right here. Come on, y'all. Constant search for the cheapest alternative, even if it's a discomfort. Y'all know y'all drive, and gas prices have been whatever, but they've been pretty consistent lately. But y'all will drive across the street and it's 2 cents. Okay, 2 cents time. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be frugal. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that person who does that all the time, and it encompasses their thought process to the point where if you're buying $10 of gas and it's 2 cents a gallon, I mean, come on, y'all. Let's put that together. Is it worth, driving that 5 extra miles to get that cheapest gas app on your phone? Are you stuck in that mentality? Obsession with getting deals and free entry and free everything. Y'all know that. You're laughing, but it's the truth. Everybody knows somebody who is obsessed with getting deals and free everything and don't want to pay for anything. And you have a small business and they're asking you for something free. If somebody's asking for something free from you and you're a small business, you need to look at them sideways because they should be supporting you and you should be supporting them. Right. Think about it. You started your small business and everybody's asking for free services. I'm not on the air for free, FYI. Kenneth, I hope nobody thought that, right? I'm not on the air for free. Do you go all over the country and fix people's credit and make sure their finances are straight so that they can live until their golden years? Are you able to do that for free? Don't you have mouths to feed? I know I have mouths to feed. Exactly. And you know what? I'm going to speak for WBOK right now. Y'all, this is a community station and we love to give out the information of what's going on in the community. But do y'all see all the equipment that it takes to run this building? Everybody who wants their information on the radio or who wants their event on the radio, I'm not saying that they don't, do a lot of, pro bono, but like it costs money to keep this station up and running. Like, what about the ads? You want your event on here, but your small business never runs an ad on WBOK. Your business never reaches out to Carter Business Development to say, you know what, let me sponsor a segment. Let me open my mind to living differently in the world. Let me try out this marketing thing. And it doesn't take one commercial, y'all. People have to get to know your product. I'm just saying. People like to say, I'm going to put one. Come on, y'all. That's real talk. Who do y'all do business with? You do business with people you know. People have to get to know you. Advertising is, it's communication. You have to get to know somebody. Open your mind to living differently in the world. Stop looking for everything for free. Belief that you're only lucky when you succeed, incompetent when you fail. Denying yourself as an ongoing way of life where you never do anything for yourselves. And we do this in our everyday lives with, sometimes we just get caught off in the rat race of life where we take care of everybody but ourselves. For the gentlemen, you take care of your wives and your children and you never take care of yourself. You never have, a guy's day. You never go to the gym. You never release some of that stress. Women. Right. Let me buy a new pair of socks, a new pair of underwear. Let me get some fresh, something. Take the $50 and go get a massage. Treat yourself. Do something. Get a manicure. It's a manicure. We're all into that now. Do something for yourself. And for the ladies, a lot of time, we're taking care of, we go to work, if you have kids, you're coming home to take care of the kids, you're making sure everybody's fed and, take time for yourself. Go lock the door in your room and take a hot bath and drink a glass of wine. It doesn't always have to be something hugely monetarily. Sometimes it's just taking time for yourself. And we do that in so many different aspects that we get run down and then our community is affected because we are all a part of this community. So when we have the poverty mindset, in all aspects of our life, it is killing us. And we're walking around like zombies wondering what's wrong. We don't love ourselves enough to take care of ourselves. We are living in a poverty mindset. Another way to realize that you're living in this mindset is that, you feel of guilt when you have more than someone else. Right? But then you work for it. And not saying that you can't share and be a good community, a person in the community, but, you work for it. You did something. You should be proud of yourself. They have people who are, it's difficult for them to be proud of themselves. And honestly, I was one of those people. I was hard. I'm supposed to be doing this. Yes, but I can take a minute to be like, you know what? Look at everything that I've accomplished. Now I'm still going to try to go get more, and try to grow the show because, getting the letters and the emails of how I've touched people, that just drives me, y'all. It drives me. Another sign that you're living in a poverty mindset is fear of being seen as boasting when you describe a simple accomplishment. Just like I said, how many people can't, be proud of a simple accomplishment? How many people never pick up the check for someone else? And you can afford that check. Just, one day pick up the check. But somebody is always picking up a check for you. Seriously, never feeling you have enough reserves or resources. A belief that you can lose it all despite everything that you do. And here's another one, and I'm just throwing this out there because somebody was talking to me about this the other day and I thought about it. Are you one of those people who, when you have an event or you have something and you want something sponsored, or you're doing this great thing for this organization, you're always asking for people for money and to sponsor your stuff? Do you go sponsor other people's stuff? Now that's real talk for real times. Are you one of those people who are always asking other people for money? And I don't necessarily mean, for your business. It may be, you're a part of this group, this, that, and the other. But you're always asking everybody for everything else. But you're not doing the same thing for them. You're hoarding your stuff. It's a flow, y'all. It's a flow. We have to open our minds to living differently in the world, break the shackles of this poverty mindset because it's killing our community. And the worst part about this, and Kenneth, I'm going to let you go from there. The worst part about all of this is that we ingrain these behaviors in our children. They are inheriting this mindset, y'all, because they watch us do it every day. And so this is like generational poverty curse. Kenneth, go ahead.
To your mind. So you have to either put it through your mind or become a key to it. And for example, in our business, I don't want that last word, I went through that. Appreciation or understanding of it. And first of all, our public schools. Schools is being family. It's cool to get a girl. It's cool to get sent to the principal. It's cool to cut to when that's a poverty mentality. Because I come from poverty in my life because I'm uneducated, I'm undisciplined. And where can I go from being graduated? Usually going to push me out the school and get back. Well, you just have to get me out of school. And I went through that. I went through 7th grade where guys had jobs. I'm like, I didn't have that job.
Right. And and the kids think it's funny. That's not funny.
Being in the poverty mentality, that's why we started that whole challenge. Because I'm thinking, well, I'm personally tired of us. I'm curious. I want to be changed. I want to be there's so much talent, there's so much talent that's coming out of me. I don't know what talent is. Because people want to get money off of our talent in our life.
Exactly. So we want y'all to open your mind to living differently in the world. An abundance mentality is one that assures that you are successful and you can replicate that success, that you have the values and the talents in strong demand, and you can handle most situations that come your way very successfully. And here's the deal. The ones that you can't, it was just a lesson and you bounce back. Fall down 8 times. So it's 7 times. Look, I'm about to mess it up. Fall times 7 times, get up 8. Get back up. Whatever happened last week, leave it in last week. What are you doing this week to open your mind to living differently in the world? And last but not least, this is what I tell the kids when they play basketball. This is what I tell Aiden. If you miss a shot, leave it on that side of the court. Go defend on this side. Get the ball back and go back down and score. You can't worry about with the past. Worry about what is in front of you right now. So what is in front of you today? How can you make your money work for you? Open your mind to living differently in the world. This is Money Monday. I'm here with Kenneth Barnes of KB Enterprises. If you have financial issues, your number one thing to do is be calling him. Kenneth, how can they call you? Kenneth? No. Give it to me. Yeah. Give it one more time because it was a little shaky. There you go, y'all. That is the good life. It's Money Monday and we're out. Make sure you stay tuned tomorrow for Relationship Tuesday. Open your mind, y'all.